There's nothing on the camera where you can do that, but I won't worry about it. I'll play around with OBS and try to see what I can find out. The camera only works on the angles and stuff. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having an amazing Sunday. Of course, if you've been watching me for a while, the weekends are kind of when I say 7:45 a.m. ish, that's when the weekends come in. That's the ish factor. So there are a couple of things that I'm working on over here. I got to work on the video quality. That's one thing I'm going to work on for next week. So this Sunday is cleanup. And for those of you who are tuning in, we're going to talk about consistently running from financial trouble. So maybe we'll get a couple of folks here. If you are listening to the podcast, thank you so very much for listening to our video. We appreciate you. Of course, for all of you, if I'm popping up in your feed, you have no idea who I am. I am Phylecia Jones, budgetologist and solopreneur money management expert, and you are watching Ask the Budgetologist. I come to you every morning around 7:45 a.m. Mountain Time-ish. Ish is really on the weekends or when I'm running through an airport, and I answer any questions you have around business, budgeting, and solo entrepreneurship. And today we're going to specifically talk about personal finances. Every Sunday I come on and talk a little bit more about personal finances, or sometimes just give you an update. But I think this is going to be very important for a lot of you, especially if you find yourself consistently running away from financial trouble. And I want to talk about this because I talk mainly to solo entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, freelancers. If you are 9-to-5ers, same thing. If you are always running from financial trouble, especially as a business owner, it will catch up with you and it can pretty much ruin your business life and it can hurt your life. So that's what I want to talk about today. If you are running from financial trouble, today I want to give you the permission, or I'm just going to force you to own up to it and take care of it. You can't keep running. Promise you. You cannot keep running because it will just bite you in the butt later. All right. So just a few PSA announcements. So what we're going to be talking about this week, you're going to just check the Facebook feed and you'll kind of see what's going on. I'm getting a little bit more organized with the entire show and being out there and getting you ready to see all of the things that are coming up. But I want to tell you that August 12th, we're going to kick off podcast week. We're going to talk about how to launch, leverage, and land speaking gigs with your podcast. All right. So if you want to tune in, be sure later on this week, I'm going to set up an event. Make sure you register for it. There are going to be some cool little treats for those who do register. And especially if you get on the email list, we might do a contest. Let me think about that. But I really want to help you all land more speaking gigs, especially if you are a coach or consultant, because this is a great way for you to drive business and build up your authority. Good morning, Angela. How are you doing? So we're not going to be here that long today. I didn't want to hack in your ear or on your screen. But we're not going to be here very long today. And I want to really just dig deep into this thing of being consistent, but sometimes we're consistent in the wrong things. I know a lot of people out there are very consistent with running away from financial troubles. When things get a little hard financially and you get desperate and stressed, you run. You run. And when I say you run, that means you ignore, you don't call people back, you don't own up to whatever you got yourself into. Like if you borrowed money from a grandmother or not, And instead of calling them and just admitting, I'm wrong, I know I messed up, I should have paid you back, what you do is you start ignoring. People start getting upset. And then especially if you start doing other things in your life, if you think that, oh, it's been 10 years, nobody's going to remember, memories run long and memories run deep, especially when you owe somebody money or especially when they are looking for their money back. So I want you to really remember that, there's a thing Dave Ramsey says, watching his show, when you borrow money from family, he says Thanksgiving becomes very uncomfortable. And that is so true. That is hands down true. So if you've borrowed money from people and you haven't paid them back, own up to it. Seriously, own up to it. Ignoring people, running away, just magically forgetting that it doesn't happen, it will catch up with you later. If you borrow money from friends, you need to own up to it. Anyone, especially relatives and friends, you got to pay them back. And I'm telling you this because those attitudes, that behavior will carry on into your business life. And in your business life, you're going to think that you can run away from people like, oh my gosh, I owe this vendor money, I'll just ignore them. I see this all the time. I see this all the time with friends who are coaches and consultants, and somebody owes them money. Then all of a sudden they stop answering phone calls. They stop answering emails. I've had a friend who has had to use other people's phone numbers just so that they can get the person on the phone for them to hang up. This is what happens when you have always run from financial challenges in your personal life. It will carry over into your business life and it will hurt you. Because now people can come with lawyers and lawsuits. Lawyers and lawsuits will ruin you, okay? Over little things. All you have to do is own up. All you have to do is own up to what you know you owe. Because family and friends are a little easier. Family and friends are a little easier to kind of get away with this stuff. When it comes to business owners, especially the solid ones, oh, no. You got to give them their money, okay? You have to give them their money. And I see this so often, and it's not so much just with my friends who are coaches and consultants and their clients. I see this with my friends who are coaches and consultants, and they do this themselves. They run from financial issues. They run from financial challenges, and you just can't do that. Hey, Mia, how you doing this morning? You just can't run from financial challenges because as a business owner, that behavior will ruin you for longer than what you think. Now, the way it shows up in business, you have a lot of people who get money from people who don't deliver. You sign up for services and you don't pay. You stop answering your phone call. Now, all of a sudden, you're the person everybody is whispering and gossiping about when you go out networking. 9 times out of 10, the communities that we run in, that we do business in, they're very small. They're smaller than what we think. Hey, Heather, how you doing this morning? And people talk. You don't want to be the person that they're gossiping about. Just like you don't want to be the person when you owe grandma money and you show up at Thanksgiving dinner or you show up at Christmas and you buy presents, everybody gets in their feelings and they get on you. That's why when you owe people money, the people that you owe money to, don't forget. That's the thing. They don't forget. Even if it's 20 years later, somebody will bring up this like, oh, you remember that one time we went out for ice cream and I loaned you $20 and you never gave it back? And the instant reaction of you is like, oh my gosh, it's been so long ago. Get over it. No, when people loan you money and they want their money back, they never forget. They're like elephants. They never forget. They have memories that run forever to graves. And the same thing happens when you take this behavior over into your business life. Business owners don't forget when you owe them money. Clients don't forget when you took their money and didn't deliver. Okay? Vendors don't forget. People just don't forget when you owe them money. And they try to do it in a civil way. They try to call you. They try to email you. But what do? What do? You go and run and hide. You pretend like not to answer the phone. And you call and you put them all, oh, these are just bill collectors. No, you signed up for this stuff. You signed up for this stuff and you just can't run away. And I'm getting on you today because the number of people that I know on the back end that are doing this right now, you can't. You ruin your reputation. You ruin the reputation of your business. You ruin your credibility, and it will always follow you. It will always follow you. You think that you can move somewhere else, you can go and do business in a different community. It will always follow you. That's why you have to own up. You have to own up to the mess that you get yourself into. Own up to it, okay? Own up to it. And that's why I want you to really think about if you are consistently running from financial trouble, especially in your personal life, especially if you are doing this in your personal life, if you are dodging credit card bill collectors, if you are dodging paying your rent. Oh, I know a lot of people who are dodging paying their rent because we have all these laws that protect you. If you're dodging all of those things and then you are still calling yourself a business owner, it's going to bite you in the butt later on, okay? You cannot take this behavior. You cannot take that behavior and that attitude into business. Those are the people we label as con artists. Just FYI. Those are the people that we call con artists because what we do know, they know how to borrow money. They know how to get money from people. They don't know how to pay it back. This is what will get you in trouble. So I need you to, if you are a 9-to-5er and you're thinking about starting a business, I need you to get this behavior in check now. If it's a money mindset thing, you could reach out to me. I'll help you as much as I can. If it's time for go to a therapist, if it's time to really sit down and figure out what's going on with your finances and become an adult, do it. Because if you go from 9 to 5 into entrepreneur world and you take those same behaviors, because if you listen to this show, if you're listening to the podcast, if you watch the show, you know how this works. You absolutely know how this works, okay? We will be spending money just so that we can make a little bit of money. And when you start spending money and you don't pay it back, you start investing in coaches and you don't pay them, it will follow you. It will follow you. You do not want to start a business on that side of it, okay? That's why I really want you to pay attention to it. Get the help you need. If I can help you, let me know. I know tons of people that can help you with this. Because on the other side, when you start this business, and you're ducking and dodging on your personal life, you're going to be ducking and dodging in your business life. So if you are watching this or if you are listening to this and you are one of those people, if right now I want you to be straight up honest with yourself. If you are one of those that are ducking and dodging paying that coach that you invested in, if you signed up for that monthly payment and you are dodging them, if you are trying to read in between the lines on a contract, that means you are dodging somebody. If you're not answering your phone, you're ducking. If your coach, your vendor, the person that you hired to do a service, if they have to pick up another phone number just to give you a call, that means you are ducking and dodging. I've had to do that. I've had to do that with a client. Constantly hung up on me. Dude, you owe me money. You owe me money. And what you will do, here's what you're going to do. You're going to tell that person, oh, you don't know what you're doing. You're a liar. You don't know how to help me with my business. My business is different. Oh my gosh, you gave me shady service. No, you signed up for it. You signed a contract. Own up to it, okay? Because when you're consistently ducking and dodging in your business, you build a reputation and nobody will want to ever work with you. No one. Your clients will find out. And here's the thing. I don't know about your business community, but the community I'm in, people will make a phone call. People will make a phone call. I've made phone calls. When friends are getting in business with somebody, I am not one to hate on anyone. I don't hate on anyone's hustle. But if it's a friend of mine, I will say, hey, just be careful and keep good records, okay? That's what I do for my friends. If I see you about to get into something a little bit iffy, it might work out for you. And I always tell people some things always work out, but just be careful, keep records, especially for certain people, okay? Because if you notice these trends, you got to tell somebody. Because I'm one of those. I don't want you to get in financial trouble if there is a trend. Now, if it works out for you, perfect, okay? But I really want you to understand that as business owners, we talk to each other, clients talk to each other, and it will hurt you for life. It will hurt you for life. Now, some of this stuff is petty. Some of it is petty, 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 petty. I've even heard going from a situation where there was a speaker booked. The hour before the speaker went on stage, somebody made a phone call and like, that person is a con artist. Now, it is sometimes a little bit petty to call that close, but you see what I mean? Your reputation will follow you. Your reputation will always follow you. So if you are consistently ducking and dodging from financial troubles, I want you to be a grown-up today. Be a grown-up and own up to it. Heck, I did this when I was coming right out of college, and I wouldn't answer the phone for bills, for things that I signed up for, contracts that, okay, yeah, I was young, I was stupid, but nobody forced me to sign my name. Nobody forced me to let the credit card go. Nobody honestly forced me. So I want you to act like a grown-up today. If this is the first time you've ever acted like a grown-up, trust me, it's going to be a little painful in the beginning, but I want you to act like a grown-up. Call the people that you owe money to. Tell them you're sorry. Tell them you're sorry. And like, I was not being mature, and I know I was wrong. And then figure out a way to pay people back. I mean, seriously, figure it out. I know you're going to try all kinds of ways to get out of it, but figure out a way and give them back their money. That's how you build better relationships. That's how you build a better reputation. This ducking and dodging is not going to work out for you very long. It's not. I have friends right now that are going through this situation. It is not going to work out for you very long, and it will follow you longer than what you think. And it's always going to pop up on you when you least expect it, okay? So own up to what you've done. Figure out a way to give people back their money. Go and hustle. You're a business owner. Go and hustle your butt off. Give those folks back their money. It'll clear your conscience. It'll make you feel so much better. Trust me, on the other side of this game, I'm on the other side of this game for some years now. It feels really good when you don't owe anybody any money whatsoever. I mean, like right now, I owe a friend $25 and it's bugging the crap out of me because I'm like, please send me your PayPal thing. Send me something so I can send you this money. It irks me to owe someone money. I don't care if I owe you $10. I will find you. Here's $10. Because when you get on the other side of this financial game and you're not owing anyone any money, it feels really, really good. Not having that weight on your shoulders, you can step livelier. I know it's kind of corny. You'll step livelier. And the moment you do owe somebody money, you'll be like, no, I can't, like, no, here, I owe you like $1 here. Boom. I'll buy you as many drinks, whatever you want. I just need to give you your money back. Because once you get out of that situation, you'll never want to get back into it ever again. So my steps for you today. If you know you owe people money and you've been ignoring them, I want you to create a list of who you owe money to. I want you to do the big girl thing. Pull on no big girl pants, and I want you to call them. All you got to do is say, I'm sorry, I owe you this money. Let's figure out a way I can get it back to you. The third thing is work your butt off and give them their money. Because if you have this hanging in your life, you're not going to really go forward very far. You're not going to go forward very, very far because people will remember. People will haunt you for this. It'll catch up with you. Your personal life, that Thanksgiving dinners, friends won't talk to you. You won't get invited to things anymore. In your business, same thing. You'll get talked about, your reputation. The moment you do business with somebody will, that's how it'll work. And then now you're going to be answering phone calls. Well, somebody called me and said that you rob people. Now you're answering phone calls when you should be onboarding clients. Now you're answering phone calls of, well, who told you that I owed them money? And then you know deep and well in your gut that there was always an issue there that you never resolved. Because I know it's very easy, to point fingers at other people. It's time for you to take responsibility for your financial situation and for your business. Some of you, you know who you are. Your business is hanging on by a thread. It is hanging on by the thread. And this is the last thing. This is the last thing that you need hanging over you, okay? So that's all I have for you today. Seriously, if you need some help with your finances, all you got to do is go to keepupwithmrsjones.com/jumpstart. Hands down, let's figure out what we need to do. Let's figure out what we need to do, because if you don't figure it out now, you're not going to figure it out before the end of the year. I don't know if you realize Christmas is coming. And then now you're going to walk into 2019 with this same issue. Okay? Let's not do this, okay? Let's not do this. So that's what I have for you today. If you need me, book a session. Let's figure this out right now. Okay, let's figure it out right now. So I'm going to take off. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? I got a cough. Hold on. Any questions? I know, I feel like I kind of preached a little bit this morning, but I have a few friends going through some financial situations, and it's like when it rains, it pours. It really does. And when you kind of choose to disengage, it just keeps raining. And that's why I want you to pay attention to what you're doing, because this stuff will follow you. Oh, it will follow you for the rest of your life if you don't figure it out. I mean, seriously, everybody got somebody in that family that borrowed money from you, and you are still bitter. Everybody has a little cousin, a friend. You are still bitter over it. So just take that, apply it to yourself, and step in somebody else's shoes. That's how they feel toward you. You're sweet, Heather. Thank you. Love you too, Heather. And you're welcome. You're welcome for me preaching. So go figure it out. Go make this list. And on the financial side, I had my coach last year. She told me, your life is in 4 parts: business, spirituality, relationships, and your health. And if you don't figure out all of them, the business is going to get in the way. This is the same thing with this money side, okay? If you don't figure out who you owe money to, that's it. Who you owe money to and your mindset, it will follow you for the rest of your life, and it'll ruin your business. And to be honest, it'll ruin your life. Let's just be straight up honest. Okay. So I want you to go have a beautiful Sunday. Hopefully you're not working, but if you are, I get it. I want you to have a beautiful Sunday. Tune in tomorrow and we'll do some money coaching. Today was all personal finance stuff. So we're going to do a little bit of money coaching. Check the Facebook feed and you'll see what's going on, or you can go over to Keep Up with Mrs. Jones. Later today, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be talking about this week. So I hope you have an amazing day. If you need me, you know where to find me. Take care. Happy budgeting. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye, Heather. Bye, Mia. Bye, Angela. Bye, everyone else who's watched the replay. And Heather is saying, as we're signing off, everyone starts somewhere, but you have to face it first. Yes, ma'am. And with that, we're signing off. See you tomorrow. Bye.